Hello, sexies, and welcome to the podcast that keeps it popping and we don't plan on stopping. What's our topic? Sex.
Obviously.
All
All
right.
right. Well, today we have a very, very special guest. I am so excited. We're excited
Excited.
to welcome Chanel Jaali Marshall to the podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
All right.
Hi.
We have been following you, girl, for a while. Super, super excited to have you here. And if those of you that don't know Chanel, you should know her. She is a sexologist, does all types of work in that field. So tell us a little bit about what you do, how you got started.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you for having me. I'm very excited. Yeah, so I'm Chanel Jaali Marshall. I'm a sexologist, and what that means is I do sex research, sex education, and mental health services as well. So it's just easier to say sexologist because to do that slash, that's a
Right.
whole
You
lot.
do all the things.
Yep.
Right. I also work in the HIV field as well, in education specifically for a hospital system. And so I do both clinician facing and community facing education. So I'm usually up to date on all things PrEP, STIs, HIV, things like that. Other than that, I run JaaliCo for about 17 years now.
Whoa.
Right, yeah,
That's a long
Yep.
I
time.
didn't realize until I started counting. I said, "Oh, okay."
She started at four.
But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
17 years. You're
Yeah.
basically 22, so I
Right.
don't
Yeah.
I
understand
know
how
Yeah.
that's
I'm
possible.
literally a
Started as a
teenager,
child.
so
Yeah.
like I don't know. And so yeah, I do curriculum development and workshops and classes and research for other people. So yeah, I wear many hats, but it's kind of all related. And how I started was I have a degree in psychology and sociology from the real GSU, Georgia State University in
The
Atlanta.
real
Oh
GSU.
boy.
Not to
Yes,
be confused
because
with, I don't know, the
Other
other
GS.
GSU. I don't know.
Georgia Southern.
Grammar. Georgia
Georgia
Southern.
Southern. Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. I was like,
It's
I
an
don't know. There's
inside
so
thing.
many.
Yeah, I didn't know which GSU she was throwing
I
shade
know
at.
there could be Grambling, it could be
Yeah. I
all
was like,
over
Graham?
the place, right?
Multiple shade
In Atlanta,
directions.
we have the debate. Everybody else is whatever. Uh,
Understood. So, sex psychology definitely
yeah,
what you got you sparking your interest into being a sexologist.
yeah. I wanted to see like if there was even space for that, if it made
Mhm.
sense, and I started out as a sex researcher first, after realizing there wasn't a whole lot of research around Black sexuality specifically, and that's
Right.
my niche, my specialty.
Mhm.
And so once I figured that, I said, oh, maybe I can be helpful here, and
Right.
so that's kind of what started my journey.
So, perfect person to have on this
Yes.
episode because today's episode is Kink Exploration 101. What do you need to know to get your journey started? And so, I would love to first just define, work with some definitions. We like for our audience to have like clear ideas of what these terms mean. Everybody
Hmm.
has what they think they know
Yeah.
about kink, and they're like kinky, freaky. That's the same thing, right? So let's educate the folks first before we dive into the journey.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm glad you said that because kink is more visible now, right? It's a little more
Hmm.
mainstream than it ever has been. And with that, if it's not coupled with the education that goes along with it, then people
Right.
just do whatever, and people
Yeah.
are doing whatever.
They are out here
Um,
Yeah.
just
and
deep.
the great thing is that kink is for everybody, and you can do whatever, but it needs
Right.
to come with some knowledge with the whatever, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hmm.
Because it can be dangerous, it can be harmful, both physically and emotionally. You want to be trauma informed when you're doing these things as well. But we can get into that later. But yeah, kink is this big term, and a lot of other terms that we use fall under it. So we hear BDSM, we hear fetishes, we hear things like that, but they're all different things.
Mm-hmm.
So kink overall is, you may have a particular affection for something. Kink is what people are already doing and don't realize that they're already doing kink.
Right.
If you know you like a little hair tug, if you like a little, little choke, a little, little grab, a little, you already kinky,
Yeah.
baby. It's
Right.
okay.
That resonates.
Yeah. Yup. Yup.
you
Been doing
know,
some of that.
and so like I think what people don't realize is like they're already involved, they're already in the mix, but because they may deem kink as deviant or those people over there, or for black people, white people, fill in the blank. I don't know if y'all catch
Mhm.
my
Yeah.
meaning.
Yeah.
All the
I've heard
time.
that.
Yeah.
So
That's
you know what I
white
mean?
people.
So like so a lot of people don't want to associate, but I'm like, no, you're already very much in the mix already.
Right.
Mhm.
Um, so you may hear fetish, and a fetish is different from a kink in that a fetish has to be present in order for sexual arousal to happen. So you
Huh.
may have people who have a common one is foot fetish. A lot of people are aware of foot fetish. So there has to be some kind of foot action, feet action for that person to be sexually aroused. You may have stockings. A lot of people like stockings, fishnets,
Mhm.
or like just tights. It may be the act of just visually seeing them. It may be like cutting them off of somebody,
Mhm.
or ripping them. So yeah, that's like the nuance there.
So is it just a turn on then if it's not necessary for you to be aroused? Like if it just happens to arouse you, but not it's not necessary for you to be aroused.
That would be
So
more of your kink or like a preference or something like
but it's
that.
not a fetish at that point. For something to be
Correct.
a fetish, it's got to be
It has to
It
like
be.
the
needs to be
condition
there.
has to be there in order. See that? That's
Yeah.
different than I understood it
Yeah,
though,
like that's
right?
a key part of the arousal. It's like, that is a part of the process. Like a kink is like if my hair is not pulled every time I have sex, like okay, I don't care. But like if somebody has a fetish around that, then that is a requirement for the overall arousal or the full process to feel complete to that person.
I think that's an important distinction because
Yeah.
I think even when I'm thinking about myself, I would I don't know if I had that delineation, right?
Right.
Like I thought, okay, I have these kinks and then I have these fetishes, and I think I've used the term almost
Interchangeably.
interchangeably.
Yep. I know
Sure,
I have.
But
sure.
now that I'm like going through my recesses of my mind, I probably have less fetishes than I thought and
Yes.
way more just kinks.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Hmm.
now that when you think about it, that sounds a little inconvenient. When you have a fetish like that, then there's got to be present. I mean, I guess the foot one, the person is probably gonna always have their feet, but you might not be able to get the whatever level of
And here
satisfaction
I thought you were
in
going
certain situations. I'm like, what? They have the feet, but I'm saying that the feet aren't doing the thing that you need the foot to do in order for you to get aroused. So you're just stuck in neutral.
okay. Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's the clinical term. I'm pretty certain it's not.
Okay.
I'm going to turn to the sexologist as this is not my direct field
Because please
of
let her.
study.
Please let her.
Do you all call it stuck in neutral?
You could say it like that, sure.
That's a no.
That was very kind of
That's
her.
a no.
That was-
That's a no. Okay, I'm gonna take his mic. Thank you very much. All right. So now that we know the difference between a kink and a fetish, right? What sort of things would you say? I'm a person, I'm thinking, okay, I have these kinks, but I want to start exploring, either if I'm doing self exploration or even bringing it to a partner. What are some like essential things that I should probably do beforehand, um before I like embark on that like deep exploration?
Sure. I always suggest people read. People don't read no more, and I need people to
Say
read
that
a
for the
little bit,
people in the back.
just a little
Get a
bit,
book.
just a little bit. And thankfully, like even if you don't like I have books everywhere. Even if you're not a book person, thankfully we are in the age of the internet where you can find reputable sources where there are blogs. If you have a short attention span, or if I just need this one little bit. I don't need a whole book. Like there are reputable sources, but I think it's imperative to have some kind of foundational knowledge about what you're doing. I can't tell you how many people I'm meeting that say they're a dom just because they have a penis. And so when I ask people to, okay, tell me why, I ask questions. I ask a lot of questions. And, if you can't explain it to me, no, you're not. And that's no shade, but I need you to have a clear understanding about um, how you fit into these spaces, even if the answer is, I'm exploring how I fit into these spaces. Does that make
Right.
sense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any articles, blog sites, or like books you would suggest folks that are like interested in learning more about their kinks?
Yeah, so there are places like Kink Academy, Kinkly. They have like great terms, and if they have different positions, and they have things that you can buy and stuff, like all kind of stuff. Um, I'm a part of like Trauma Informed Kink, and that's specifically for Black folks. And that's done by Coach Feline, and the Pleasure Missionary. They are both great resources. Coach Feline and the Pleasure Missionary are both great resources there. Um, I have so many colleagues. I could just spend half the time naming people. But yeah, there are reputable sources. And I always tell people, reach out to me. I have given so many referrals out. Like, I'm a referral queen. If I am not going to do it or can't do it, I know somebody who can. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Um, in terms of kinks in general, and certainly when you're expanding beyond your self reflection and learning about these things and how you feel about them, to now, okay, maybe I want to explore talking to my partner or somebody else that I might want to engage in these kinks with. What are some of the elements of open communication that you think are important? What are some of the things that you should be discussing? And, beforehand, after you've actually done a little bit of exploration and understanding it.
Yeah. So I think whether you are exploring by yourself or with a partner, start with leaning into the things you already like, right? Kink is so expansive that you don't have to go straight to the whips and chains and the all leather and you don't have to go there. You can get there, or if that's what you're into, you can go explore that. But I think we have these connotations around it. So I think it starts with breaking down those barriers first and just being open to the fact that kink is everything. It could be a lot of things. People have a smoking kink. They like the weed kink. I mean, there's just so many, like whatever you can think of, somebody's into it. So as far as the partner is concerned, I feel like you could start in the same place. What are y'all already doing? You know, pull on the things that you're already doing and just do a little more, like expand it a little bit more. Make it fun. A lot of times these conversations about like introducing new things don't have to be so intense and heavy and like we got to have a sit down, come to Jesus, Oprah. We don't, like we're not doing all that. Like make it fun. What
Pulling the
I
person
always
to the
suggest for
side and being like,
people,
"Hey, we have to have a talk. Let's sit
yeah, please
down."
don't. Please don't.
That's
Right.
not the way.
Right.
The
Okay.
anxiety in that, I'm good.
Yes. Yes. What am
Mm-mm.
I doing wrong? Is the next
Right,
question. Yes.
right. And so, a tangible thing, I love a tangible thing, is a yes, no, maybe list, or it's also called a will, won't, want list. And so it has a list of things, and you can find these on the internet, or you can kind of create your own if you want. But they have a list of so many things, and you check yes, I'm into it. No, it's a no go. Or maybe we can discuss it. And it's a great way to have like explore your own thoughts, and then you can compare it with your partner. See what things match up, see what things don't, and see what things are maybes. And then that could be a list of fun. Like your date night, pick something off the list. Like it can be as simple as that, and that's, yeah, if you pick from that list, that can be a whole lot of fun and shenanigans. I'm just saying.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
So now you have a whole list of other things that you can start
Yes.
doing that are outside of what you already normally do.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
and in all of this talking and communication, are there some elements of safety and things like that that you? I mean, it seems like you have a background in this, so I'm guessing you have a whole lot of information about safety that
Oh, yeah.
you like to be able to dispense to the folks in terms of whatever it is that you're doing in the kink space.
Yeah, so I think it's super important to have safety. And when I'm talking to couples, before I even get to that, I try to tell them, don't use kink as a way to save your relationship. Let's also let's also do that. I don't want to derail the conversation, but opening up your relationship, making it kinky or whatever, and you have foundational things, do this over here before we get here. Do this, go back over here, get that
Yeah.
together, and then come on back.
No, that's an
But
important part.
Yeah.
That's an important part because I've been in so many different groups and I cannot tell you how many times like in like polyamorous groups or like even in polygamous groups, things like that, how the nesting partner or the wife will say like he or she, it can go both ways. It
hmm
doesn't really matter the gender,
hmm
actually. It's just in a
hmm
couple dynamic, seeing like, oh, I am doing this because my significant other, said that this is what they need and this is like a
Yeah.
deal breaker in the relationship, or they were cheating. I discovered they were cheating,
Yeah.
and then now we're polyamorous. Like, wait a minute,
Yes.
that's not. I don't think
That's
that's
not gonna
supposed
do
to
it.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
would not suggest that
Yeah.
And
at all.
and I mean unfailingly in those situations,
Yeah.
all of once people start commenting, it very quickly gets to the place that one of these partners is completely unwilling here and does
Mm-hmm.
not want to engage,
Mm-hmm.
neither on their own behalf or really isn't, and also really isn't comfortable allowing their partner to
At all.
engage.
Nope.
They're just doing whatever it is that they can do to maintain this semblance of a relationship, which is
Mm-hmm.
interesting because they're not really relating to one another a
Yeah.
lot. Not in a place of truth, because how you gonna do that when you're not even truthful with yourself?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's
So
almost
I
similar
like
to
to put
like
that
somebody
little.
like adding a baby to a relationship, saying like, we're gonna fix this marriage. Let's have a kid. Like,
No, it won't. No, it
no.
won't.
no.
Where,
No,
where's
don't do
my bullhorn?
it.
No,
Yeah,
it won't. I'm
yeah.
telling
It's
you
coming
right
from the everybody with kids section.
Right.
No, that's
No,
not
don't
gonna.
do
Yeah,
it.
it's not gonna be the salve that heals everything.
No.
now. It really won't. So, I mean, after you get that, make sure that is straightened out and you want to get into king. Okay, now we're back here. Um, I think it's super important. So, I am super, 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 super consent focused when it comes to king, because king can feel so different for a lot of people, or an unknown territory. It's super important to be clear about consent and boundaries, whether you have known this person for 35 years or you just met yesterday. It needs to
Right.
Mm-hmm.
be across the board, because what you were into last week may not be what you're into today, so that checking in is super important. um Another thing I mentioned was being trauma informed, especially as Black people. If you are Black and listening to this, I think we have a different approach or relationship to kink than other people, because visibly, if you are at a dungeon or at a party, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you see,
Yes.
you see where I'm going with this,
Speak
and
on
you
it.
Yes.
see flogging and hitting and things like that, that can take you right on back, right,
Yep.
to a time that you didn't even exist in, because all of our things are ancestral. Don't get me into my science and my other stuff, but like we carry those things, right? So I think it's very important that you reframe those things for yourself. I think it's very important to pull the pleasure elements, if that is what you're interested in, out of it, while acknowledging the history and the visible and the optics of a thing. Um, Reframing it in a way that is manageable and makes sense for you. Which is also why, and beyond ancestral, some people got beat as kids. Like,
Correct.
let's just keep it real, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
I
it's
try
true.
to keep it real everywhere I go.
Wasn't nothing sexy about those. I remember that.
Exactly.
None of that. Right. Okay.
Some people got whoopings all the time. And so, like, how do you navigate that, right? How do you navigate seeing that? How do you navigate experiencing that when you have that history that you may or may not have dealt with? So you see some people bringing that over with no consent. Now I'm a dom. Now I can take out all the stuff that was done to me on other people. And I have not processed my own stuff. Now I'm harming. Now I'm harming. Now I'm harming. Right? So it's, yeah, it's cute to be kinky. It's a lot of fun, but it also comes with work. And so I say that everywhere I go, it's gonna come with work. If you're not willing to do the work, please step back. Please slow down your journey. Please get that in order first, because it's going to come. We're humans. Something's going to come up for you if you have
Yeah.
not processed.
Yeah, and also too, I've noticed that even when you think that you've done the work and have done the healing, which is like,
Right.
I don't know, I have my own relationship with whether or not someone is always like be able to get to that place of like healed,
Sure.
because I feel healing is ongoing in a
Sure.
process, right? Even if you've done that work, you get into a new kinky situation, and sometimes it's happened to me that like things will pop up in places that you didn't even realize
Yep.
that that was still a thing for you, right? Because you've talked about it, you felt like you've released it, you've buried it sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And then you're in a situation, and it could be with a partner that you have been with for forever, or even someone new, and like that trauma's popping up,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so I think that it's important for our audience to know that there's always going to be a process. And so when that trauma is popping up, having the tools to pause yourself, to refocus, reframe yourself, to deal with that, and even determine, okay, is this too traumatic for me? Maybe this is not something that I need to do right now.
Yeah. Yeah, just being aware of those boundaries, those limits, those places where it's just like, "Ooh, maybe I shouldn't go there. Let me back up from that." And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, kink is so expansive. You can find something that works for you here. It may not be everything. It's probably not going to be all the things. There's so many things
Right.
I am not into,
There's
and
right.
Right. Yeah.
Let me
okay.
tell you. Say that. Listen,
Yeah.
I because of your new term Tuesday, I've realized actually
Right.
there are some things.
No, if you think you're into everything, you definitely need to look around.
Right.
Because if you look around, you'll start to see like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I see.
Oh,
I am not
yeah.
into everything.
Yeah.
I'm into
You're
lots of
not.
things, but yeah, that
Yeah.
one thing ain't this.
As someone that thought that I was into all of the things, I would tell you every time I see a new term and I start reading and going into it, I'm like, wait a minute, wait, hold up, oh
Yeah. Yeah.
no. But sometimes I learn something, I'll be like, oh yes, let's add this to the list, check this off. But then sometimes I'll be like, oh, that's okay, won't yuck your yum, but also
Right, not my thing.
It's the German stuff. German stuff. It's.
I don't know why this man every time
Just
there's
saying.
a conversation about
German stuff,
freakiness
they
or
got-
kinkiness, he gonna be like, but have you seen German porn?
Yeah, like
Have you
the
seen that?
The Germans go hard. I don't. It's wild, and I think it's the language too. It's very punchy. Everything sounds very
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah, it does sound
Yes.
German does sound very intense. Yeah.
I feel like I'm being feel
You
like I'm
do
being
see what I have
I
to
feel like
deal
I'm
with.
being
No,
judged here,
because I really
but
want y'all to understand.
facts are
This
facts,
is what I
people.
have to deal with. This is
I know
constant.
I know what I'm dealing with
You get
here.
to deal with this for this small snippet in small time,
Look,
right? This is a constant
all
situation.
all I'm saying is if you really want to understand additional fetishes as well as kink in general, learn German. Cause then you'll understand all of it.
So
And
I'm
the rec
gonna take his mic once again
shout
and
out
go
to
back.
shout out to the
No,
black Germans.
get out of here.
The German
Mute
chocolate
him.
cakes up in here.
Mute
Cannot.
him, please. Help.
That's not what they call
Mama, we gonna let
themselves.
him outside.
Send help.
It's-
I'm going back to the sexologist. Okay, the expert here. Thanks. Okay. So anyway, safety, consent, right? Super important. Let's talk about consent because I think that I don't know how we got to this place where people really don't understand consent as an evolving thing, right? That consent is not a blanket. Like I said yes today, that means in perpetuity. Everything is yes.
Right.
That consent can be withdrawn at any moment in the moment, right? Let's talk about consent because it's I've just out there in the interwebs, it is just fuzzy and I'm not understanding why it's fuzzy.
It's a dumpster fire, is what it is. Because what in the world?
It's trash out
Um,
there. It's
it's a
trash.
lot because people are very clear about consent when it's somebody they're not attracted to coming on to them. It's so clear.
Okay.
It's so
Okay.
clear. It might be somebody who's, identifies as straight and then somebody gay coming on to, oh, we're clear about consent then.
Boundaries, all that.
Oh, now we got boundaries, but we somehow can't calculate and figure that out into other areas. And that's why I feel like people a lot of times are willfully ignorant. Um, because the concept itself is not that difficult and we've been practicing consent in different ways our entire lives.
Right.
Do we call it that directly? No, but that is what we do. That's a part of decision making. It's a part of interacting with other humans. We do consent all the time. And so, and so why are we not translating that into our sexual and sensual spaces? That is when we're getting into issues of power, issues of, patriarchy. It's a lot of things that come up when we're talking about consent. Um, and not to pick on this group, especially when it comes to like cisgender heterosexual males. And a cisgender person is somebody who agrees with the sex that they was assigned to them at birth. So
Yeah, and we're not, and just to be clear for everybody, we not finna argue with y'all about
no,
this. We
not
not gonna
today.
oh
argue
Well,
with
no,
y'all about this.
I'm not arguing on that.
Yeah.
yeah, this is
Words
like
Yeah.
mean things.
half
Words
of
mean
my
things,
work.
yeah.
That's that.
Yeah,
Word mean things, yeah.
half of my work is like going back and forth with people. Not even, I don't even do that. It's just like, actually, this is what it is. Like, if you're pushing back that hard, this needs to be an internal
Right.
dialogue
It's a
that
you
I don't need
issue.
to be a part of. I've been doing this a very long time. So I have been fussing with
Right.
people for about 20 years. But, I think it's super important because why why does it not apply here? Now I have additional questions. Now I'm side eyeing you. Now I got to tell people to look, keep an eye,
Right.
because if you think
Right.
about community, especially kink communities, they are not that big. And if you
Right.
whittle it down to like a black kink community, we
It's
all know
very small. Right.
or have seen each other or are aware of each other. And
Right.
so, why are we not doing this? So I think it's super important. A lot of times we employ like the traffic light system if we're in a scene, and a scene is just the session that you're doing. Okay. A
Mm-hmm.
scene is just like the time you are together for a definite. And so I use the traffic light system. So green, go, everything is cool. Yellow might mean slow down or move to another part of my body. And then red, everything stops immediately. And so, even that alone, and I think that's the most basic thing you can do, even that is helpful because, and then it requires everybody to buy into that. So you also have to speak up for yourself. If you are somebody that's a bottom, meaning that things are happening to you,
Right.
you're receiving the things, you also have to speak up for yourself too. Because as a top, who is somebody who's doing the things, I don't know what's in your head, right? I'm checking
Right.
in, I'm looking at your body, I'm looking at, if you're tensing up or something like that, but I may not know exactly what that means. So I even tell people, if you can give me a hand signal. If you don't have, some people are not verbal when they're in scenes, like, because they're like, it's a whole different headspace. And so even if you give me a hand, I'm going to stop immediately and check in and see, what does that mean? Can you let me know? Is everything okay? Blah, blah, blah. But that comes with being practiced. That comes with being checked in, plugged in. That comes with being responsible. And, a realistic part of kink is that harm will happen because you're talking about humans who are communicating, and sometimes the communication misfires, right? But how do we rectify that? How do we clean that up? How do we make sure everybody's still okay and feels safe at the end of the day?
All right. All right. So now let's spend a little bit of time talking about community and some of the other resources that you have in groups in terms of learning, in terms of growing, in terms of participating in kinks.
Yeah, so I think while a kink journey is a deeply personal one, I think it pairs great with a good community. Because I have learned so much from the community that I'm involved with, um, that it would have taken me twice as long to learn it on my own. And so there's something to be said about having people around you that are like-minded, that are willing to grow and evolve. And so I think it's super important. Um, where people find barriers is that it's kink, right? So it's probably not as searchable as the crochet club, right? or
Yeah.
the or the concert goers, that kind of thing. Like that's probably a little easier to find than, yeah, like who like to get bent over. Like that's a different conversation.
Where's the
Like
Facebook group
it's
for
Yes.
that?
right. So with that being said, it's there. Now, if you are a person who is particular about who you kink with, as far as like if you just want a black community, that if you are black and you want a black community, that could be a little more difficult, but it's there. I promise it's there. Now it's easier to find in more populated cities, bigger cities. Obviously, I'm in DC. It is popping here. It is not
I've
difficult to
heard
find.
about Black King spaces in DC.
Yeah, it's great.
World
Like
renowned. Mm-hmm.
it's great here. And the thing is, we also travel up and down the East Coast too. So there's a lot of great places in Philly. There's somebody named Majesty, who does kinky kickbacks in Philly. You have House of Bliss in Jersey City. We're always up there. You have Dark Haven in Atlanta. You have like places up and down, right? And so you can find it also in places like Charlotte. Like you have to just kind of do a little digging, but it's there. And I do feel like having those connections are super important. Now, you can go to something that's called a munch. And a munch is
I was just
something.
about to ask because
Yeah.
I'm like, I hear munch all the
Yeah.
time. Like,
Yeah.
what is a munch and what are we munching on? I don't get
Right.
Yes.
I mean,
Ah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it is what it
I was
sounds
gonna say I've heard that word. I've heard that word in different ways. Is all I'm saying. But okay.
like. What?
so, so a lot of people get intimidated, right? So their first introduction to people, they may not want to go to a full out dungeon because a lot be going on at the dungeon, right? It's a lot of noise, people, sensation over what is a lot of stimulation. So a munch is a clothed, street clothed, regular. It's giving happy hour, but kinky people. That's the
Mm-hmm.
best way I can describe it.
Happy
Happy
hour,
hour,
but
Happy
get
hour,
kinky.
together, a
kinky
little too
people.
deep, but for kinky people. So it's a way to just meet people and their personalities and just see like you may meet people who are organizers and they throw their own events and parties. Just people like-minded people. You may find your next boo or your next play partner there. But it's just a way to just build that community so that when you're in those other spaces where things are actually happening, then it's a little easier to transition into it.
No, it's funny. It was like Harry Potter to me, the way that before I couldn't see the world of kink. I just had curiosities. And then once I started opening up a few websites and groups, the SDCs.com and, some of the Facebook groups that I saw, then it was all around me.
Fat lies.
It was the kink was right there. It was,
It was like you went down Diagon Alley.
yes.
The
Yes,
people are there.
not 9 3/4 was open to me, and the next thing you know, I had my wand and casting spells.
No. Okay. All right. And then
Why you gonna take?
this
You gonna
is why
take the
he keeps
microphone?
getting his mic
You can just hand it to
taken.
me. You can just
Yeah,
hand
like
it.
just you take
Thank you.
because clearly,
You
clearly.
can't tell me that Harry Potter like parallel wasn't like that was it was dead on right there in terms of the mystical world of kink. There's no Wizarding World Park yet, but one day.
Okay. All right. So,
Did we hear
whew,
the bits
What?
right?
Are you saying that a kinky amusement park is out of the question completely?
I just
You know what? Whatever. Fine.
You gonna
Okay.
double down,
On
huh?
island
Chanel. Okay, here we are. Okay, because I don't know.
with the kinky roller coaster.
So I think a munch is a great idea, suggestion. Community is super important, especially when if you're first starting to explore and you're thinking. I know for me, like having all these kinks and things about me, thinking like, oh, I'm abnormal or this is taboo or I'm like out of the ordinary and like feeling I don't know. Maybe I was like judging myself, right? The judgment. And there's so many stigmas. So having a community can be kind of supportive
Absolutely.
in that way. Let's talk about like, have you ever had to just thinking about your own exploration, your own journey? Have you dealt with stigma? Have you had to overcome judgment in any way?
Probably earlier on, because if you know me from way back, no, it was on no one's bingo card that I would end up being a sexologist. Like literally no one's bingo card. I know I look like a librarian or an elementary school teacher, and so people just don't expect
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of things, right? So it's been mostly that, like, oh, you don't look like. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Dress in leather every day? I don't know what you need me to do,
I'm
but
not
like,
listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. When you do your like segments on your IG, I'm like, isn't she just the cutest? She just looks so wholesome. And then the things that come out of your mouth.
That's
I'm
always the
like,
best.
yeah. And so
what is you talking about,
right.
girl? I'm not
And
gonna lie to you. You throw me every time.
honestly, I used to feel a way about it. Like early on, I was like, well, dang, do I need to be like more sexy? Do I need to dress a certain way? But like that wasn't me. And what I found is that being your most authentic self, however that comes across, is just going to be your best bet, right? And you can apply that to whatever you need to apply it to. But specifically because I work in sex and sexuality, we think oftentimes that that looks a certain way, and everybody's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm a shot of whiskey for somebody, you
There
know
you
what I
go.
mean? And so, and
Yeah.
that's the way that
Yes.
I think that we have to think about it. Regardless, right? So I am so aware now of like how I present. I am so aware. However, what you can never say is that I don't know what I'm talking about. That's what nobody can ever say. I may, dress in a cardigan. I have a full cardigan collection back there. I am literally a librarian out here, like the stereotypical kind of, but like, you ain't got to worry about me. I'm good,
Yes.
You
With
ain't
your
got
cute glasses and your pink dress. Talk about new term Tuesday. The
right,
freakiest thing ever.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
The freakiest thing ever. I was like, oh my
right.
goodness.
And so I think, also showing people that there is range here, right? That you don't have to look like an IG model. You don't have to look like Beyonce or Meg The Stallion, who I'm obsessed with, right?
Yes.
Like
Same. Same.
it's all sexy. It's all your confidence. It's all your own journey. And so I think we have to like give ourselves some grace and like just do your own thing, and somebody's gonna love it. Everybody doesn't have to, and the people who don't, okay, like there's so many other people. Somebody gonna be into it. So that's one of the things I definitely had to like release and let go of, especially with that the age of social media and everything being so perfect, perfect seeming. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's so it's interesting you say that, because I would say that a lot of people um may have those feelings where it's just like, what are people going to say? What are people going to think? I don't look like the typical, insert whomever here, or, yeah, I thought that I had to wear these leather things and this stiletto and this whatever, and my body type, my this, my whatever may not fit that, or my personality just doesn't fit that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what I hear you saying is like none of that stuff matters, right? Like exploring
Yeah.
your kinks, feeling comfortable in your skin and who you are and what you want to do is the thing that matters, and it doesn't have to look like insert cookie cutter whatever in order for it to
Yeah.
still be sexy, for it to be kinky, for it be worth engaging in.
Absolutely, because like I have seen all types of body types, all types of personalities, all types of everything. And there's space for everybody, like all types of abilities too. It's for everybody. You can find your space in it. But to think that you have to look a certain way, it's not true. It shouldn't be true. Now people gonna people and they have their preferences or whatever.
Sure.
That's fine, right? But to be exclusive of a type of person is not it. Not in kink when it's literally any and everything. Like be so serious, like the children say. Be so for real right
Somebody's
now.
kink, right? Like you just who you are can be someone's kink, right?
True.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People like
Yeah.
the little teacher,
Yeah.
I
It's a whole
mean,
thing.
It's a thing.
I
It's
mean,
a whole thing.
literally,
It's
Yeah.
true.
people know me in the space as Professor CJ. That is what I go by, Professor CJ.
Oh,
And it's a whole thing. Like if I'm in scene with you,
Professor.
you must
taking them in the office
answer.
hours.
You must answer yes, Professor, no, Professor. I have rules and everything. It's a whole thing. Um,
Okay,
Yeah.
Professor.
the people have
Yes.
all people go by many, what do you call them? What do you call the name in front of like a goddess, mistress, sir?
Ah,
You
Yes.
know,
yes. These titles.
honorifics. That's what.
Honorifics. Oh, okay.
So people you may see, people who go by goddess something something, and you must call them goddess. or sir something something, you must call them sir. So it's a, it's a respect thing. It's a, yeah, it's a whole thing. So that's why I'm like, do not care about that stuff. I promise you, do not care about that stuff. Yeah.
No, you know what? I love the fact that you said be yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, that's when you can really be free is to do it in the way that suits you the most and you're going to enjoy it the most. And one of the coolest things that I've noticed about these kink spaces is that you do have this diversity of people that are out there. It's part of what's exciting about it is that even though it's like all labeled under kink, everybody's a little different and you get that rich tapestry when everybody's being themselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I frame everything from a liberatory framework. And so if liberation is not the center of it, I don't want it, especially for Black people, right? And so why would you want to be anything but your Black self, however that is? That is
Right.
perfect
However
as
that
is.
presents.
There it
Right.
is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
perfect as is. So I'm very, very particular about that kind of thing because I'm like, don't you change a thing. Don't you change a thing. Yes, learn more about yourself, but don't change who you are at your core because that's not liberation. Yeah.
I love that. I love that it's about liberation. I love that it's about
You feeling
freedom.
free?
Yeah, I am feeling
You
free.
feeling
Like you know,
empowered?
I'm always feeling mostly free, right? But that right there, that was the we shall overcome that I needed to take me to the mountaintop as we get ready to enter Black History Month. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really free. I'm feeling sexy. You feeling sexy? She feeling sexy, y'all. She looks confused and maybe a little bit overwhelmed and bewildered. But don't y'all worry, people. It's just a natural reaction to me. That's all.
Oh, wow.
What? Okay.
Our listeners, our watchers, our audience are very used to my face looking like this several times an episode because I think they feel my pain. They understand what I'm going through. Like I really was like, oh man, send me somebody, and the Lord said, "This it.
I'm somebody.
That's yeah. He's somebody.
I
It's
am.
Like
somebody,
this
right?
is somebody."
Somebody.
Just what they, and I had to be like, sure, God, are you sure? Do you want to like shuffle it up one more time and see? No,
Nope.
this is
Okay.
what.
That's all right. When they talk
Somebody.
about those blessings overflowing and everything, congratulations. That's all.
Oh,
Just
All right, so I think it's really really important what you said in terms of being yourself. Um, I did you just flash the mug? Tell the audience about this mug that you
oh.
got. Yes,
So yes, a very special baby girl.
yes, I
Got
love
this for
it.
me. My perfect submissive got this for me. It says,
Perfect submissive.
"But have
Oh,
you ever been topped?" And then it says, "By a femme." And then it has like a little hand and a little, little arm. So yeah, it's like from a shop that hand makes it. It's very beautiful. I love it. The inside is
a
green. It's
very
really solid.
classy, beautiful kink mug.
right when you get up close on it, it's like
That's what I'm saying. This
Right,
is
exactly.
it totally
yeah,
fits
it
the
does.
whole entire
It does.
persona.
Upon
Sexy,
examination,
kinky
On brand,
librarian.
right?
yeah, yes.
All right, so I would love to like talk a little bit about like any lessons that you've learned on your journey or any valuable experiences that you want to share and some advice that you would have for new kinksters, beginning kinksters out there.
Yeah, I think the first thing is to be gentle with yourself and give yourself grace because you're literally learning something new about yourself, your personality, your body, and that could be a lot for people, right? And so if something doesn't, feel right or hit, one way. If you try it again, it may be a completely different experience. Um, and I think also just really tapping into the resources that are available to you is going to be really helpful. Because, like I said before, I talk to a lot of people and I may use a term because I think they understand a
Right.
term and they're like, oh, what's that? And I'm like, oh, let me go back then. Let me go back.
Right.
Yeah.
And so just approaching things from a non-judgmental standpoint across the board for yourself and for others. There are going to be things that you are not into that you think are wild. Okay, let them people like it then. Ain't got
Right.
nothing to do with you. And you may find yourself right back over there with them later on. Believe me, right?
I get
So
it.
Yes. Yes.
there's
That
some
just
things
feels
I'm like,
familiar.
what? You want me to fire? Fire? What? You not finna light me on fire, child? Be laid out. When's the next fight? I'm ready. Like now, So you have to, you have to be gentle with yourself and just
Right.
remain open. And remaining open may mean you try something and hate it. I've tried things that I'm like, oh, this is not for me. And that's a part of the journey too. And I think we need to like allow for that nuance. Additionally, I think it's very easy to build up like a little kink arsenal for cheap. You do not have to spend hundreds of dollars to be
Okay.
right. I have videos about starting your kink, arsenal literally at the
I was gonna say a pretty.
$1.25
Yeah.
tree.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
Dollar Tree ain't Dollar Tree no more. The dollar ain't hitting for what it was. It's inflation Dollar Tree. It dollar
Listen,
25, $1.27
I said,
on
wait a
some
minute.
things.
Right.
Trying to think of all the things I could get at the dollar store that could be kinky.
Don't
hmm
think about
And the
that.
thing is, you could be kinky with almost anything at any store.
So now you done got him thinking, let me go round to the Dollar Tree and see all, because he's going to go into these stores with new eyes now because
With
of you.
pool noodles.
You should see, like, we'll be in the aisle, like, testing stuff, like, oh, this like a little 30. I like this. Like, it's
Not you
Out,
testing.
out there
No,
shopping for flat
no,
waters.
not you at the dollar store testing. Is this kink
is
friendly?
this
Look at
good
it.
enough?
Can
This
this do
strong.
it?
Okay, yeah, we can use this.
Why
Like,
is this?
I
Why
mean,
is this
you can make
librarian smacking herself with a spatula?
right. But yeah, I recorded some videos so people could really see, like, no, you can go down this aisle, you can find this, you can find this, you can repurpose a lot of things for cheap. So that way you can just see if you even like it rather than, people don't have the coins like we used to have coins. So we want to
Right.
make sure that we're mindful, even if you want to start this journey, like, and build up a little toolkit that you can do it for cheap.
I really love that idea. It reminds me of the TV show Chopped, where it's like, can we make this kinky with the ingredients that we have at the house right now?
Exactly.
We
I
got
get the
water
analogy.
hose,
I'm with you
two
on that
tennis
one.
balls,
I'm with you on that
and
one.
right. Oh, you see the
I'm here with you
imaginativeness.
on
Like,
that one.
what can we do with what it is that we have?
So now you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna
Yeah.
go to the crib, and then he gonna be in cabinets looking at things. What about this? Come here.
Right.
Bend over. Let me test this out. I'm gonna be the test dummy for all of the things he finds around the house now.
Yes. Correct. And also like food items and stuff. Like what can happen with potato salad? Have we ever explored that?
I'm okay. I'm just Look what you did to her. Look what you did. You have broke her. Look at her.
I broke a sexologist.
You did. She's heard all these things, and now she had to put the pillow over her face because
Not
you.
potato salad. Who made the potato salad though? That's the real black question. Who
The
made the
opposite
potato
question.
salad?
That's the question.
Who made it?
Who all
Right.
made this potato salad?
Because if it ain't right, we
Because
not
if it ain't,
using
we ain't doing nothing with this potato salad if it ain't right.
it. Right,
You are
exactly.
right. And don't bring that to the cookout.
Don't
That was
bring
on your
it.
nipples.
Mm-mm.
Don't do
I'm
it.
good.
What's in your kink arsenal? Now I'm like curious. What's in yours?
Yeah.
I know I should have brought my bag over here so I could pull out some things, but I have feathers that I got from Michael's.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just the it's already available to you. I have about 5 or 6 bloggers of different like weights, and like they feel differently. Some are like stingier, some are thuddier. I have lots of sensation tools like Wartenberg wheels or pinwheels that are
Yeah,
like
the
very,
pinwheels. I've seen
uh-huh,
those. Yeah.
yeah, to get the nerves popping. So I have a 1, 3, 5, and 7. And they all feel different. What else? I have claws, like metal claws and plastic claws, and they feel different. I mean, yeah, and I have my hands. I don't even need my bag. I have my hands. So
Yeah.
Kink tools all around us, including some we're born with.
Just show these. Look at these hands.
Uh,
No, thank you.
the-
Okay. No, thank you.
I have perfectly proportional hands for the rest of my body.
Again, no,
What I
thank
look
you.
like with little bitty hands and bigger arms.
It's the thickness. It's the
Uh,
look at that. Make a fist. Look at this. Look at this fist. No, thank you. Okay. Thank you. All right. Before we close out, this has been such a great time. We so appreciate your participation here and just coming on and kicking it with
Kicking it with
yes,
us.
yes, coming on and kinking, yes.
yes,
Coming on
and
kinky.
kicking it with us and
Yes.
dealing with our shenanigans. As you can tell, we be having fun around here. But so I would love for you to just leave our listeners, a lot of our audience is sort of like new to the entire world out there on this side of the table of this side of vanilla, the
Yes.
the spicier side.
Hmm.
Leave them with a few, nuggets of advice. So if I'm a new kinkster or a new couple coming into the kink world, what are some like little pieces of advice you would like to leave them with?
Yeah, I think what I love, and you'll hear me say this often, is that what I want people to really do is expand their definition of pleasure, expand what pleasure even can be. And that alone can open you up to a world of things. If you don't know where to start with your senses. Visual. Okay, how can we expand that? Taste. I love to eat. I'm a food person, you know what I mean? Like, Team Taurus, all we want to do is like be comfortable and eat.
We love
So
to eat.
I lean into that real heavy. But I think starting with your senses, if you don't know where to start, is a great place. But if we expand what pleasure is, then we can get out of the hole that a very specific type of sex has on us. If we expand what sex is, we could be having more sex. I think everything is sex, right? And so we be having
Well,
sex all the time. Everything is.
well.
So it's about also like reframing your mind around a lot of things. And so that's why, like, my friends and I, my booze and I, we good because we have expanded the way that we think about things. And, we find pleasure in so many things that we don't feel like we're lacking because it may not look a specific way, that it doesn't look like the sex scene on TV. I don't need that. You know what I mean? It's cool and it happens, but it's not the only thing. So I think that's super important. And then just like have a mindset of joy around it. A lot of times we think that, oh, I got to learn about, oh, this is a whole thing. Yeah, it's a whole thing, but you can make it a fun whole thing. It can be joyful. And I feel like if you come back to that, then you'll have a greater success rate. You'll have, more adventures and more shenanigans if you have that mindset around it. So I think those are the biggest pieces that could go across the board, especially for people who may feel a little more vanilla. that, like, yeah, you might be like spicy vanilla. You don't have to be like busted wide open off the chandelier, cartwheel,
Yeah.
in
Cause
leather. You didn't have to do that.
yeah, the way the
But
knees and
like,
all that is set up, I'm not finna. I just some of the
you
things
know,
can't do.
yeah, go at your own pace, go at your own comfort level. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, you know. But like, that is a great way to not be in a rut. That's a great way, and you don't have to be partnered either to explore this, which is also a fun thing too. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again so much for joining us today. Let the folks know where they can see you, find you in all of the places. Where are you in terms of social media? What's your handle?
Sure, I be outside on social media a little bit. So on, let's see, on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitter, and because we don't call it whatever it is now, Facebook,
Yeah, no,
Twitter,
it's Twitter.
and Instagram. You can find me at Jaali_co, and that's JAALI_co. On TikTok, you can find me at Chanel Jaali. And I'm if you Google me, you can find me pretty much. But those are my main handles that I have.
All right. All right, folks, that is a wrap.
Yes.
If you liked what you heard, like the show, enjoyed the content, go ahead and subscribe, like, share widely. We are on all of your podcast platforms. Um, YouTube also now, TikTok also now as sex underscore obviously. You can find us at IG as sex underscore obviously. And we will catch you later. Thank you, sexies.